Okay, well, I can at least do it this way. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Welcome to Dolly Talk. I don't know why that happened. That was really weird, but yeah. No, I did not get tackled, believe it or not. I have not gone yet. But I am hoping to get in Monday, assuming it's not too crowded. I'll probably go a couple hours early to try and get a seat. So that should be pretty exciting. I'm going to go ahead and start. Judge Middleton, we're going to start with a small claims court, or a small claims case. Do flowers. Oh, that'd be amazing. Oh, they would hate me so much there. I'm thinking it's going to be pretty crowded too, so we'll see. Get her to sign Chad's books.
Complaint. Mr. Lego gives a timeline. July 22nd, called for a shower quote, set a time to get measured. July 30th, installers went out to measure.
Let me go back a little bit.
Mr. Lego gives a time.
I have to deal with it.
Sorry, guys.
That I asked what the process was, the length, fall and hit it.
Net, I guess it is. You got your shower installed. Looks like there were some issues on the way. Why are you declining to pay the balance of what he owes?
Well, it wasn't
from Donald
done
Trump.
Right. I showed you the pictures of, they had brackets on the one side, but nothing on the other side. They couldn't figure out how to do it, so they just decided to caulk it. Which I was told by a couple companies out of Portage and Kalamazoo that it's not safe. Silicone deteriorates after time. If you happen to lean, push, fall and hit it, it's not secured safely. The glass could fall out and bust. There was a tile that when they were drilling, the tile was busted. I'm waiting for a quote from the people that put the shower in. They're on vacation in Florida, to give me a quote. Said it's going to be a healthy cost to come in and remove the tile without breaking or doing anything else put in there.
Right.
When I called on it to get a quote, I was sent to them by the actual company that put my shower in. And on the phone, when I talked to them, I got everything set up to have it come out. After they called me and said that, get to go ahead and pay the half down, that I asked what the process was, the length of it. They said it'd be a 3 to 4 week process, which turned out to be almost 4.5 months.
To replace the tile?
So there was 6 or 7 different times where I had to take time out of my day or make time for them to come out to remeasure, to try and install that wasn't right, going on and on and on about everything. Obviously I have other things to do than to wait around on this. I wanted it done before my surgery. I had open heart surgery November 21st. I didn't want to have to deal with anything else with the house after that, because I'm supposed to, pretty much be in bed rest.
Real quick, can you guys hear this or no?
And again, I still had to deal with everything else to get done. So
All right, well, let me stop you for a minute.
Okay.
Let me stop your sad story.
Because in his complaint, Mr. Lego gives a timeline.
Hello?
July 22nd, called for a shower quote, set a time to get measured. July 30th, installers went out to measure. August 13th, called customer with a quote. Customer called to give go ahead and pay half down to get on the order. One half is $1,330.57. August 19th. August 19th, shower ordered from supplier. August 20th, supplier needed a measurement verified, went back to customers to get it verified. I guess that's two trips. Shower arrived and called for install, but customer was not ready. That's on September 6th. September 13th, started install and one panel would not fit with the clips we had to contact supplier and get new adjustable clips. 10/25, clips were on back order and came in today. Called customer to set up a time to come back and finish the install. 10/25, went to install the panel with new clips and it still did not work. Contacted supplier rep and they were coming to out to shop and look at the issue.
Wow.
2, 3, 4. Basco rep came and went over the shower. That'd be their 5th trip, November 20th. It was determined the panel had been mitered on the wrong way on one side.
Oh, I'm here now.
Basco rep put in order for a new panel. Jamie also went to customer's house with Mark and Kistrine to explain the issue and talk to the customer. December 13th, new panel arrived and the holes were off for the clips. Contacted Basco and decided to get the panel made with no holes.
I'm
and
low
just
now?
use U channel instead of the clips to get this install complete.
Should be good now.
Checked with customer to verify this would be okay.
Oh, okay.
So on December 26th, work on installation 6, January 2nd, finished installation. So that's, I guess, 7 trips to your house. So at that point, Mr. Lego contends he had fulfilled the terms of the contract and finished your shower job. Now, there were a couple of issues in between there with his supplier, which took some rigmarole. So it took all the way from July to January to finish this. All right, so when it's installed, January 2nd, we'll get to the tile in a minute. What's the issue with the installation?
So they use the U channel on the bottom, which it sits in. And then if you, on the pictures, if you look, there are 2 clips holding the heavy 1/4-inch glass on the one side of the wall, which I took was how it was supposed to be done. When you read the thing, the clips kept getting wrong. So on the other side, there are no clips to hold on to the tile or to the wall. It's just held on by sitting on top of a U channel, which is sitting there. And then there's a rail across the top.
All right, let's look at the screen. All right, what am I seeing there?
So that's what circle is the clip. It's screwed into the tile and it's hooked into the glass, and that's on the one side.
All right, and is that
There's
hinged?
2 of those.
Does that does this glass swing open?
No, that does not hinge. That just holds it on top of the wall and to the other wall.
All right, so what's wrong with that?
Nothing. That's done correctly. That's how we talked about having it done.
All right,
And then on this side, there's supposed to be 2 brackets.
all right, we're still looking at that. All right, what am I seeing here?
No brackets holding it to the wall. There's nothing. They couldn't figure out how to do it, so they just added a whole bunch of silicone.
All right, that's the white stripe we see running up and down.
No, that's the edge of the wall. The silicone's clear, and it's just.
All right, what's
glass
the
into
black
wall.
thing? Is that the shower head?
Yeah, that's a shower head.
All right, so this is from inside the shower looking out.
Yes, that's inside the shower looking at that.
All right, so it's this wall.
There's no clips at all.
All right, and then what have you got circled there at the bottom?
I think what he's trying to say here, where he's circled, it seems like there's glass, that's this stuff, That's the glass. This black thing is supposed to be screwed in to the wall there. And then the glass piece is supported. What he's saying is that, like, with right now, the way it is, the correct one here, it's like screwed into the wall and it's securely holding the glass. But this side is just, he's using caulk or silicone to like secure it to the wall.
All right, and then what have you got circled there at the bottom?
So bottom left is where the tile cracked that you can still see after they installed the top rail.
And is that tile on the inside or outside of the shower?
That's on the inside of the shower. That's at the top of that rail.
Couldn't get better pictures, buddy?
And that's a closer look at the crack.
Yes, and then the two pictures I showed you today were from the installers, where they pre-drilled it. You could see before they put that rail on, that where it broke. And once they put it on, it didn't cover up the full crack. And I was informed that obviously being tiled, that it could keep cracking, crack more, it could leak. And so it needs to be replaced.
All right, and so
Right?
you included in one of these a text message. Okay, so I effed up. I was drilling the hole for the header bar and I cracked your tile.
Oh, come on, buddy. Don't admit it in text. I mean, yikes.
Who's that from?
That's from the installers. I was at Families that day and they came in and were doing it. And then I just took a screenshot of it because she sent the picture, you know, what happened and what they did. So, I mean, obviously they, you know, what happened, they admitted it. But I wasn't home, so I said I would come back.
To Mr. Lego. All right, so has that problem been rectified yet?
No, I'm waiting for the people to install or put the actual tile in and built the shower. When they get back from Florida, they're supposed to come over and give me a quote on replacing that whole tile.
And part of it goes under the door?
It's not the door, but it's the top rail. Because there's a top rail that goes across the whole, all the glass.
All right, so is this on the bottom or the top?
That's on the top.
Okay, I'm looking at it upside down. So they cracked the tile on the top.
Well, it's on the wall. It's the top of the glass.
All right, so that, I don't know which way is up in this picture?
Up is this way.
All right,
Towards
And so
heaven.
the glass, this actually sits on the glass. Sits on the glass like this. The glass is down here. And
okay,
then this is the top tile.
all right.
We have no idea what's going on, sir. For the love of all that's
And I
holy.
think that's all of your pictures. Let's go back to what your main point of contention is, that there's no clips on this side. Mr. Lego, what's your response to that?
Well, with working with the factory, when they couldn't figure out the clips, we went to the U channel, which is on all of the shower. It's on the bottom of even where the brackets are. The reason those brackets are mounted, unfortunately, with that
what I
on the
heard.
opposite side where the crack is there is a door, so this glass sets in a U channel.
Yeah, I'm not getting the whole picture because obviously this is a,
I have some
all right,
photos.
this is a fixed panel.
Yes, sir.
And then somewhere attached to this is a swinging door so you get in and out of the shower.
That is correct.
But
Yep.
I can't see that.
Okay.
This is clipped on one side. And are we outside looking into the shower?
Yes, this is the outside view that I took a picture of that shows that has the clips on the one side.
All right, so the left side of the door is
Yeah.
fastened with these clips.
Yes, sir.
And at some point, they just decided they weren't going to drill it. They were gonna just use these.
On the
Clamp.
opposite side. sir.
Yeah, why not?
I have some photos. It's
What could go
a little
wrong?
more clear if you
All
like
right,
to.
that might help.
Okay.
So then, was the plan to put clips on both sides?
Yeah,
At the
we'll get
beginning,
around to
yes,
it.
but then when we spoke, we were having issues the way that wall is angled. We were having issues with the clip. So the factory said, because of
Oh,
all the weight
well.
of the door is on the opposite side where you see the clips, and we have a top U channel, we can do a bottom U channel and a top U channel to lock that all in. The silicone is there just so water can't splash out.
I don't think anybody
All
knows
right.
what's going on here.
Let's take a look at your pictures.
So this is the corner, if he wants to swipe. There's like 4 there.
All right, so this shower has a half wall. And what we're looking at is the top half of that
Okay.
half wall. It sits upon a block wall on top, doesn't go all the way to the floor. Okay, so what is it, about 3.5 feet high?
I would say it's probably pushing 3.5, 4 foot of a knee wall.
All right, so bracketed on the far side where it fastens. All right, now that's on the opposite side of the door.
Yes.
Now, the door rests on this piece of glass.
So where you see the 2 brackets on the opposite, on Exhibit A,
All right,
those
yes.
brackets are attached to the wall, setting on a knee wall in a channel. Then we have to attach the door to that piece of glass. And that's why those brackets, the factory felt weren't necessarily on the other side because it's not holding the door.
All right, so that door swings from the opposite side, and this panel that we're looking at without the clips is what would be the right-hand side of the shower.
Trenton.
The door doesn't hang from it, it closes up
Just
against
closes
it.
towards it.
All right, so the manufacturer said
Figures.
that the U channel on the bottom and the top would be sufficient.
Correct.
All right,
And that's got an adhesive on it, so it's not like the U channel can move. And then the weight of the glass sits in that, and then there's a top channel that locks in all the pieces.
all right. Your company is in the business of installing glass.
Yes.
He's a customer and he doesn't like the fact there isn't a clip on there, but it seems to meet industry standard. The
Judge is
next
going to go
question
do it
is,
at the end of
let's
this.
talk about this, you can show these to the defendant. About the cracked tile, that looks like the legal definition of a giant pain in the neck to get that
Yeah, no,
fixed.
I agree with you on that.
All right, okay. So what can you tell me about that?
So I was unaware of the cracked tile until I got the affidavit from the courts. So I confronted my employees and then they gave me copies of the text, which he has
Better late than
there.
never.
Just basically saying I broke it, I can replace it. I confronted it. It would have been easier to do it then.
Yes,
Because now we have to take the channel off, take the door out.
well, and he's not gonna hire you to do it.
No, of course.
Um,
Yeah, and it's understandable. So here, I mean, it was good conversation back and forth between our installer and the client, understanding, okay, we can see if we can fix it. Again, having some of the issues, that's why I did give a discount,
Oh, he gave a discount. That's nice.
and go from there. That's up
Where,
high,
where's the discount reflected?
the $200
All right,
at the very end.
so you credited $200 for this broken tile,
No, sir, I just credited
just for
it
all
for
the
the,
hassle?
yes, for the hassle of running back and forth.
Oh,
Understanding his health concern, I felt, we should be able to help somewhere.
that's nice.
All right. Normally, that's not the kind of thing that can be compensated in small claims court. but he already has reduced it by $200 for all the rigmarole. I don't think it's defective that there's not a clip on that inside wall. The wall is at a strange angle. That clip won't fit there. It's held at the top and the bottom by a U-channel, and it is silicone, so it won't leak. It doesn't carry any weight other than the weight of the channel on the top. The question is, how do I compensate you for the broken tile? Mr. Lego didn't get a chance to rectify it because his employee didn't tell him it happened.
Great
You haven't
employee,
yet got
sir.
a quote for repair of that.
I have not. I messaged them and they said that they're on vacation in Florida and they'd give me, like, come over, look at it, write up a quote for me when they got back.
I had a fairly significant home construction project done at my house,
Knew it.
and right on my front porch, as you come into the house, one of the workers dropped a Hilti gun, which is heavy, right on the
Can you hear me now or no?
corner of the
Hello?
step that led into the house, and didn't say anything about it. And put some half-ass patch on it. It was a big, large poured piece of concrete. And every time I go in my house, I see that stupid notch out of there with a fairly poorly patched corner on there. They never did fully rectify it. Same thing, the guy didn't tell the boss that he did it. And then I confronted him and he acknowledged that he did it. So I've had to live with that for 11 years, and it makes me mad every time I look at it, but life goes on.
I don't think you will at this
Let me
point.
stop the screen share.
Thank you, Judge.
So you got this crack in the top, which isn't gonna leak, but it isn't gonna go away either. And it isn't gonna get better. It's gonna continue to crack. And I don't know how big are these tiles, like 1 by 1?
No, they're like a rectangle, so it's longer than it is.
I can't tell from this
narrow,
crop.
But that one's probably about a half because it finished, so I had to cut the tile in half to put it in.
Yeah, 11 years he's been living with it. This guy is like, just imagine, he probably still gets pissed at his wife for burning dinner like 1 year into their marriage.
In there, so it's not a full tile. It's a half tile that was, or full one that was cut down to fit in that spot.
Do you have any of the tile left?
They asked me that. I have to look around. I think I might have 1 or 2 pieces. I'm not 100% sure.
My son, I keep telling construction stories. He gutted our master bathroom and he redid the whole thing. And when he finished, he had 1 square foot of tile left. He had estimated to within 1 tile how much tile he needed. So I have 1 piece of tile in case something gets broken, because it's going to be very hard to match it. But I don't know how to put a value on it. I guess the cost of the amount remaining should be offset by this damage. I don't find the other defect entitles you to not pay the balance. Because I'm not even sure it is a defect. It's just the way it was installed. But I have no idea how to value this. I don't know how much it would cost to replace one tile. Maybe when you take a shower, you shouldn't look up. That'll make you mad every time you look up.
Oh, it's right there.
It is small claims court. I have to just come to some sort of a resolution here. He already gave you a $200 discount. I'm gonna reduce the claim by $250.
Righteous bucks.
I don't know if it's in the ballpark or not, but it's at least in the same county. That leaves a balance of $880 plus $66.25. Is $946.25. For the plaintiff. The law says you have 21 days to pay it. And if it's not paid within 30 days, they can start collection action. I'll keep these pictures.
Unless you wanted more. But yeah, it seems like a waste of
The
time.
small claims clerk isn't here, so hopefully one of the other clerks is preparing.
And the guy said that he didn't know about the broken tile until he got served with this lawsuit. If the homeowner is pissed, and maybe he should be, sometimes you have to go to the owner, call him up, talk to them. Like, this whole thing could have been avoided. This could have been resolved pretty easily. It sounds like the owner is probably a little annoyed at his employees as well. There's a really large, for instance, we have a 2x4 router at our CNC shop. The power converter from 1-phase to 3-phase for the router went out, and apparently it wasn't covered under warranty. Well, my dad, being the asshole he is, raised hell, called the owner of the company. The next day, the owner and an electrician came out to install a brand new router at no cost to us. Sometimes going to the owner gets shit done. So this is just...
An amended judgment for me, because otherwise it looks kind of scratched up. Mr. Overton, do you believe you can pay that within the next 30 days?
Yes.
All right. Are you married?
No.
Oh, where I was going
Bachelor
is,
pad.
I'm mad when I look at that chip. My wife is really mad every time she looks at the chip.
Okay, yeah, this would have been a whole lot worse if he was married and a woman was involved.
Oh,
And she wouldn't like this. She's a,
the reason I was so mad is because I spent $16,000 on it.
Oh.
And then another $2,000 for the glass.
What?
So yeah, obviously that kind of, it was like a dream shower I had designed myself, and
What single straight male has a dream shower? I don't care how much money you have. Like, my dream shower is the hard water stains off the door are gone. Let's go back.
this. She's a,
the reason I was so mad is because I spent $16,000 on it. And then another $2,000 for the glass. So So yeah, obviously that it was like a dream shower. I had designed myself and everything.
Well, it looks
Oh, so you designed the shower. Okay. Brad. Okay, yeah, like the wheelchair ones or the elderly ones that are like have the door in them that opens up and you go and sit down. Those are expensive. But there's also kind of a reason for them. And yeah, Mads, I was kind of thinking he may not be batting for our team.
looks very nice.
Would you like to double check, please?
9,880, 57. Yeah, you had 57 in there. The total is 880.
Did I
It's,
do my math wrong?
yeah, it's 946.
20.
Let me see.
Probably right.
946.82.
Wait, I still got it up, so I'll give you.
All right, thanks.
946.
It's difficult being a service contractor. I get lots of cases like this where they're suing a tree guy or a fence installer or a roofer or any kind of home service. Most of them try to make it right. They try to come back, and we get a few that just take the money and split. I have an acute one right now in Maple Street in Three Rivers where a lady paid a guy $1,200. He never came back. In my mind, that's a criminal case, but it came in as a small claims case, and I gave her a judgment and she'll never get
Yep.
any money out of the guy. But
Brad is 100% right. I have a feeling he kept calling the employee, got sick of dealing with him. And the employee didn't want to get fired or didn't want to look bad. So the employee kept brushing him off. And this happened. So, I mean, moral of the story is go to the owner at a certain point. Do I still have unopened boxes for my condo? No. I just have very little furniture.
people that are in business locally and continue to do business try to make it right. And it's unfortunate the way some of this happened. Someone was his supplier and they wanted to, you know, they could tell this was a nice project. This wasn't some slapdash thing. And they wanted to do a good job for it. Looks like quality glass. But there were issues installing it. He discounted $200 for your aggravation, so I didn't have to take that into account. I simply did my best guess for damages for the broken tile at the top. So if you each go out to the counter, the clerk will give you a copy of the order. And if you pay it within 30 days, this matter is over and done with. All right, thank you. Reach free to go.
Thank you.
I didn't put any notes in there. I'll have to put some. All right, we have another matter, which is, oops, this goes with that one. Sorry, Michelle, that goes with that. We have a discovery hearing that we aren't going to do much discovery because the defendant isn't here. Would you please call the hall for Greg Myers?
Sure.
Mr. Johnson, would you come up and have a seat?
Sure.
Yep. Not present. This is file number 242324SC. Stands for small claims. The title of the case is Grant Johnson versus Greg Myers. We had a hearing in this matter. On January 27th. I made a finding on behalf of Mr. Johnson for $1,000. Mr. Myers said he was going to pay it, but he's had some problems. He got evicted and then he was sort of in between jobs. Anyway, he was given a subpoena to appear here in court today live. It was personally served on him by, well, it was mailed to him by us. And it was personally served by
Bruce Morris.
Bruce Morse. Bruce Morse said somebody was served. They were served.
All right, I'm gonna end this one. Let's try one more and see how it goes.
Of this case is we have no service. In fact, that's all three of it. All right, Mr. Bradley. It says Eagle Auto Parts versus Dale's Auto Service of Cedar Springs. This was a claim for $840. And we had a hearing last Monday, and no one appeared for Dale's Auto Service. They were served by certified mail. So I got a letter today from Dale, I can't read his last name, Bradley, saying I tried to log in but couldn't. I'm asking the court to reschedule. That's not really enough. Mr. Bradley, we made a finding that you owed $840 on account to Three Rivers Auto Salvage. What's
Okay.
your position?
I owe it to him. I mean, I'm not denying it. I'd like to set
Well,
up a
there's no
payment.
reason to set a new hearing. Can
I'd
you
like to
make
set
a
up a
payment
payment.
each month?
Yeah.
How much?
Let's do 200 a month.
All right. Mr. Arnold, you're willing to accept $150 per month?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, maybe as a test to take in college.
All right, we're gonna start that
Nope.
March 15th. 15th of each month. Do an amended complaint.
Jenny. Jenny.
And send that out, definitive.
Aw.
Now, Judge, on
Mr.
that,
Brad,
oh, I'm sorry.
you're never gonna know when you need exactly the right part, and TR Auto Salvage is gonna be the place that has it.
Correct.
So you need to get back in compliance with this. I
Yep.
will amend the judgment that I did last week to show you're gonna pay $150 per month, starting this Friday, Saturday, March 15th.
Okay.
To the 15th of each month. All right, you're good to go.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Arnold, we're not so successful on your other cases.
No, sir.
Um,
How do you hang this up?
Usually it's a red button.
get them
sir.
together here. Trevor's Auto Salvage versus Hoosier Car Store,
Hoosier?
25158 SC. We don't have service. It's so difficult sometimes to get out-of-state service. I'm
Mhm.
gonna agree to adjourn that. I'll agree to adjourn at least 30 days. Mr. Arnold, they're talking about tens of thousands of dollars, willing for 6,975. When we added all these up, Mr. Arnold, they're talking about tens of thousands of dollars.
Yes, sir.
Maybe some of these will be collected. I guess that one you're gonna get 960. The next one is TR Auto Salvage versus Med AMT Medical Transport, also in Indiana. Again, we don't have service. File number is 25159 SC.
Yes, sir.
No service on the defendant.
Vivian, I bet, would wear you out at night.
Continue at least 30 days. To attempt service. Probably all three of these will be set for the same day, a month or so from now. And then the last one is TR Auto Salvage versus Ira's Garage in Elkhart, again, Indiana.
Mhm.
Again, no service. I think each of these were cases on account rather than bounced checks.
Double check in here. That is correct.
So they'd been existing customers, they just stiffed you on the bill. Between the
Yeah.
four of these, they're about $15,000. I will
Yes.
adjourn at least 30 days. To attempt service. All right, well, we had one unexpected visitor, and the other three will have to adjourn to get service.
Okay.
All right, I'll see you next time. I admire your efforts to get collected on these. That's a significant effect to your business. All right, thank you, sir.
I appreciate you, sir.
I've been thinking of who I can
All right, I've got
compare him to, and I don't know.
Angel Gonzalez, that's not the full name, but we'll get to them in a minute. And I've got a phone number, 50113. Who am I speaking to there? Somebody's here by telephone only.
That
Hello?
would be me, Michelle Meyer.
Do you have the ability to do video?
I do not right now. I'm sorry.
Be great if she says that's $50 extra, Judge.
All right. A representative from Bald Eagle Roofing is here and exteriors. We'll come to that in a minute. Please join us.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
All right. Is Mariel Lozada Jimenez there?
Yes, she is. She's right next to me.
All right, would you turn your camera on?
Yes, please. I mean, yes.
All right. Do you both speak English or do we need an interpreter for Mariel?
Yeah, my mother's gonna need an interpreter. I can speak English.
Yes, we talked about that last Friday.
Yeah.
All right, our interpreter, Vivian Montero, has joined us. Thank you, Vivian.
You're welcome. Nuestro
Ms.
intérprete
Ms.
se ha
Garcia.
unido-
I'm sorry?
I was just interpreting. Nuestro intérprete se ha unido a la sesión.
Oh, thank you. Ms. Garcia, would you and your son both come up and have a seat right here?
Señora García, usted y su hijo pueden pasar aquí a tomar un asiento.
These parties also speak English. The only one that doesn't is Muriel.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to call the case. This is Deborah L. Garcia versus Angel Jesus Gonzalez Lozada.
Voy a llamar el caso. Eso es Débora L. García versus Ángel Jesús González Lozada
And Mariel Lozada Jimenez.
y Maribel Lozada Jiménez.
Ms. Montero, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to the best of your ability you'll interpret these matters from Spanish into English and English into Spanish?
I do.
Would you state your name for the record, please?
Vivian Montero, Court Interpreter 18369.
Let me tell these parties and everybody else
Déjeme informar las partes y a todos
that you are here in a small claims matter.
están aquí en un caso de menor cuantía.
My name is Judge Middleton, and among other things, I do small claims cases.
Mi nombre es el juez Middleton y entre otras cosas hago los casos de demandas para menor cuantía.
Small Claims Court is a separate division of the 3B District Court
Demandas para menor cuantías es una división aparte del Tribunal de Distrito 3B
to handle cases worth less than $7,000.
para manejar casos que tienen que ver con menos de $7,000.
The rules are less formal than regular general civil court.
Las reglas son menos formales que el Tribunal General.
Neither party is allowed to have an attorney.
Ninguna parte puede emplear un abogado.
There is no formal record made.
No se conste en actas.
There is no appeal from Small Claims Court.
No hay derecho a apelar la decisión en el Tribunal de Menor Cuantía.
Any decision made here is final.
Cualquier decisión que tomo yo aquí es el final, es todo.
We don't strictly follow the rules of evidence or court procedure as in general civil court.
nosotros no seguimos las reglas en cuanto a las pruebas o cómo se sigue en el tribunal civil.
but all parties are under oath.
Pero todas las partes estarán bajo juramento.
Either party has the right to tell me they would wish to remove this to the regular division of the court.
Cualquier parte me puede avisar que quieren retirarlo de aquí y pasarlo a la división civil del tribunal.
Do it.
But you have to tell me before we start.
Aw,
Pero tiene que avisarme antes de empezar aquí.
it's always something.
Once we begin here, all decisions are final and there is no appeal.
Cuando empezamos aquí, todas las decisiones serán finalizadas y no hay derecho a apelar aquí.
Ms. Garcia, you understand?
Yes, sir.
And are you ready to proceed?
Yes,
¿Usted
sir.
entiende? ¿Está listo a proceder? Que sí.
I'll be a bit informal here, but Angel and Mario, do you agree to proceed as well?
Yes,
Voy a
sir.
ser un poco informal aquí. Ángel, Jesús y Maribel están dispuestos a proceder aquí.
Sí.
Yes.
I need an extra precaution here.
Necesito
Angel,
una
Yes, sir.
precaución adicional.
Angel has a criminal case pending.
Ángel tiene un caso criminal pendiente.
He's charged with operating while intoxicated and several other charges as a result of this incident.
Él tiene el cargo de conducir en estado de ebriedad, entre otros cargos, a
doesn't sound good.
consecuencia de este incidente.
I appointed an attorney to help him and set the matter for, well, he had an attorney. We had a pretrial last week and the matter was not resolved.
Bueno, él tenía un abogado. Celebramos la preconsulta ante el juicio y no se ha resuelto el caso.
Hello?
So he has a
Hello?
criminal charge pending against him as a result of this accident.
Él tiene un cargo criminal pendiente a consecuencia de este accidente.
And one of the charges is not having insurance.
Uno de los cargos es no tener asegurado el vehículo.
And
That's not good.
Mr. Gonzalez Lozada, you have an absolute right not to say anything in this proceeding that could be used against you in the criminal case.
Señor González Lozada, tiene el derecho absoluto de no decir nada aquí que puede usarse en su contra en el caso penal.
That might hamper your ability to do your defense in the criminal case.
Eso podría impedir su capacidad de tener una defensa en el caso penal.
Yes, I understand.
Entiendo.
Now, I think I told you this last week.
Yeah,
Creo que le dije eso la semana pasada.
When you are driving a car with no insurance on it,
Can you hear me, guys?
Cuando uno conduce
Yes
un
or
auto
no?
y no tiene asegurado el vehículo,
you're not covered by the no-fault statute.
no está cubierto por el estatuto de no fault.
And very often, the person that was the recipient of the accident or their insurance company files a lawsuit for money damages.
Y muy a menudo la persona a quien recibió daños, pues, sea la compañía de seguros de la persona a quien recibió los daños, muchas veces presenta una demanda.
So the allegation here is that not very long ago, December 20th of 24, you were driving a car, I believe it was in or near Sturgis.
yes, sir.
Que no fue hace mucho tiempo, creo que fue el 20 de diciembre del 2024. Usted estaba conduciendo un auto, creo que fue en Sturgis.
Now, don't say anything more, sir, until I finish. This
Señor,
is
no-
a
Déjeme
alleged to
terminar.
be a 2008 Honda Civic.
Se alega que fue un Honda Civic 2008.
And Ms. Garcia contends that you were driving the car, your mother owns the car, and there was no insurance on the car.
La señora García dice que usted estaba conduciendo el auto, su mamá es dueña del auto y no estaba asegurada el auto
And her son was driving her car,
y que su hijo estaba conduciendo su auto
which was lawfully registered and insured.
que estaba inscrito por el estado y también estaba asegurado
And that you crashed into him
y usted le chocó
and it caused a $3,500
Wow.
damages to the car.
y ocasionó daños por el total de $3,500.
That's the
Hello.
essence of the claim.
Eso es la esencia del reclamo.
So, Angel and Mariel, I ask you to each raise your right hand, and I'm asking you to each raise your right hand if you would.
Ángel y Maribel, si pueden levantar su mano derecha para prestar juramento.
Does everybody swear to the best of their ability that any testimony they're about to give in this matter will be true to the best of their knowledge and belief?
Todos juran o afirman que cualquier testimonio o respuesta que dan aquí será la verdad según su leal saber.
Yes, sir. Sí.
All right.
Yes.
Are you Deborah Garcia?
Yes, sir.
Débora García.
And you filed this claim?
Yes, sir.
Usted presentó este
And-
reclamo.
Let me get back into it. Maribel, I've been saying it wrong. And are you Ricardo James Garcia?
Ricardo Jesus Garcia.
Oh, that's what they wrote. I didn't read it right.
Se llama Ricardo Jesús García.
Hello.
And Mr. Garcia, were you driving a vehicle at Fawn River Road near Poley Drive on the evening of December 20th?
Yes, sir.
And your mother owns that car?
Yes, sir.
And you are a lawful driver?
Yes, sir.
The car was licensed and insured?
Yes, sir.
And did Mr. Lozada Gonzalez crash into you?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, it's a little bit too much for the interpreter.
Yes, I'm
Maybe-
sorry. I forgot about had the
Entonces,
screen up. All right, let me repeat. Were you driving a car on Fawn River Road near Poley Drive on the evening of December 20th?
usted estaba conduciendo un auto sobre la Fawn River Road cerca de la Polly Drive el 20 de diciembre.
And was that your mother, Deborah Garcia's car?
Y fue el auto de su mamá, Débora García.
Yes, sir.
Sí, señor.
And did you have a valid driver's license?
Yes, sir.
¿Usted tiene una licencia vigente de conducir? Que sí.
And was the car properly insured and registered?
Yes, sir.
El vehículo estaba inscrito con el estado y estaba asegurado, sí, señor.
And were you crashed into by a car driven by Angel Jesus Gonzalez Lozada?
Yes, sir.
Y alguien le chocó, cuyo nombre es Ángel Jesús González Lozada, que sí.
And did he get arrested by the police?
Y él
Yes,
fue
sir.
detenido por la policía, sí, señor.
Now I'm going to refer to Deborah.
Ahora me refiero
Deborah, did you learn that your car had been involved in an accident?
Yes, sir.
And
usted,
did you have it towed? I'm sorry.
usted supo que su vehículo se había visto involucrado en un choque. Sí,
Did you
señor.
take it somewhere to have it repaired?
No, sir. When I got the call from my son, he told me that he was in an accident.
¿Usted lo llevó a algún lugar para que lo reparara? Bueno, su señoría, cuando yo recibí la llamada de mi hijo que había estado en un accidente,
You've actually translated for me before, haven't you?
A while back ago, yes, sir.
Usted
So
había
we need to
tenido-
speak in short sentences.
Okay.
Necesitamos hablar con pausas. Está bien.
All right. So did you take your car to get an estimate to how much it would cost to repair it?
¿Usted llevó el vehículo a sacar un estimado para ver cuánto sería para repararlo?
No, sir. The car was totaled at the scene and
No,
Chuck's
señor.
Towing took it.
Fue pérdida total en el lugar de los hechos y la grúa Chuck se lo llevó.
How did you come up with a figure of $3,500?
¿Cómo
The,
llegó a la cifra de $3,500?
the insurance, my insurance gave me a total of the 3,000. And then the Chuck's Towing charged me 267. And then the court fines to pursue this matter was 120. So it's 35.
El monto total que me dio la compañía aseguradora fue $3,000.
So you're,
237 se pagó a la grúa Chuck y el costo para presentar esa demanda 120.
your insurance company paid you $3,500?
No, sir, because the vehicle only had liability. It didn't have full coverage.
Entonces su compañía de seguros le pagó $3,000. No, su señoría, porque solo tenía el básico. No tenía la cobertura completa.
For the record, what was the vehicle?
It was a 2008 Honda Civic.
Para las actas, para que consten las actas, ¿qué tipo de vehículo era? Un Honda Civic 2008.
How many miles on it?
It had 137,000.
¿Cuántas millas lo tenía? 137,000 millas.
So again, how did you get the figure of $3,500?
Nuevamente, ¿cómo llegó a la cifra de $3,500?
The insurance told me that it was 3,000 was
All right.
what the vehicle was worth.
Me dijeron que la compañía de seguros me dijo que valía el vehículo $3,000.
But they did not pay that.
No, sir.
Pero no pagaron ese monto, no señor.
All right. And what's the other 500?
For the filing of the court,
All right, we'll take that separately, but, and it was,
Chuck's Towing.
how much was Chuck's towing?
Chuck's Towing charged me 267.
Y los otros $500. Bueno, hablamos sobre el monto para iniciar esta demanda en un momento. ¿Y cuánto era para la grúa? 267.
And then you just signed your car over to Chuck's.
Y después usted entregó el título a Chuck.
So you just completely lost your car.
Yes, sir.
Y usted perdió su auto totalmente.
All right. If you have no fault insurance, or if you have insurance,
Si usted tiene seguro no fault, o si tiene seguro de auto,
the other party can't sue you for these damages.
la otra parte no puede demandarle para estos daños.
But if you don't have insurance,
Pero si uno no tiene asegurado el vehículo,
you are liable for the other party's loss.
usted es responsable por la pérdida de la otra parte.
Maribel Lozada Jimenez,
Maribel Lozada Jiménez.
Sí,
Yes.
did you own the car that your son was driving that night?
Usted es dueña del vehículo que su hijo manejaba aquella noche.
sí,
Yes.
Did you have insurance on the vehicle at that time?
¿Tenía asegurado el vehículo en ese momento?
no,
No.
I can't remember from the accident report, what kind of car was yours?
No puedo recordar del informe del choque. ¿Qué tipo de auto era el tuyo?
Ángel, ¿le puede decir? Ay,
Ángel can tell you.
es 2010 Chevy Silverado.
2010 Chevy Silverado.
And was that car damaged as well?
¿Y ese vehículo recibió daños también?
Sí.
Yes.
And did you get a call that your son had been driving it and you had to come get it?
¿Usted había recibido una llamada que su hijo estaba manejando ese vehículo y usted tenía que ir a buscarlo?
No, mi pareja, su papá.
No, my boyfriend, his father.
Did he go get it?
¿Él fue a buscarlo?
Sí.
Yes.
Angel or Angel, I don't want to ask you too many questions because you have a criminal case pending.
Ángel, no quiero dirigirle muchas preguntas porque tiene un caso penal pendiente.
And anything you say in this case could potentially be used against you in the criminal case.
Cualquier cosa que diga en este caso puede potencialmente ser usado en su contra en el caso penal.
Even something as simple as admitting that you were driving.
Y algo tan sencillo como admitir que usted fue el que estaba manejando el vehículo. Okay.
Ricardo, do you see the person on the screen there?
Ricardo,
sir.
ve a esa persona en la pantalla.
Was that the person that was driving the car that hit you?
¿Eso fue la persona que estaba manejando el auto que le pegó a usted?
I'm not 100% sure, sir. When I was wrecked, I turned the car off. I called the police because the car that hit me was fleeing the scene.
Yes.
No estoy seguro 100%, su señoría. Cuando recibí el impacto, apagué el vehículo, llamé a la policía porque el otro vehículo se iba a dar a la fuga.
That's one of the 5 charges pending against Angel Jesus Gonzalez Lozada.
Eso es uno de los cargos que está pendiente a Ángel Jesús González Lozada.
But I have taken enough testimony here
He recibido suficiente testimonio aquí
from Maribel
de Maribel
that Angel was driving the truck
que Ángel conducía la camioneta,
that was involved in the accident,
que estaba involucrado en el choque
and there was no insurance on the truck.
y la camioneta no estaba asegurado.
And I have evidence that the damage was $3,267.
Y tengo las pruebas que los daños fueron $3,267.
I fined for Deborah Garcia an amount of $3,267.
Fallo a favor de Débora García por $3,267.
Plus $102.50 in costs.
102.50 de costos.
The total is $3,369.50.
Un total de 3,369,50.
Ms. Lozada Jimenez, can you make any payment on that each month?
Señora Lozada Jiménez, ¿usted puede efectuar algún tipo de pago hacia ese monto?
Sí.
Yes.
How much can you pay each month?
¿Cuánto puede pagar al mes?
¿Cuánto? Sí. ¿Podrían ser $100?
Could it be $100 a month?
Angel, are you able to make any contribution to this each month?
Yes, sir.
Ángel, ¿puede contribuir algún monto a este
Can
total?
you also pay $100 per month?
Ángel también puede pagar $100 al mes hacia el monto.
Is it okay if I pay more?
Yes.
Puede pagar más, que sí.
Outstanding.
I'll pay 400 a month.
Amazing.
Pagaré 400 al mes.
All right. Very good.
Muy bien.
All right, Angel
Yes, sir.
will pay $400 per month.
Ángel pagará $400 al mes.
Maribel will pay $100 per month.
Maribel pagará $100 al mes.
That's $500 a month, which would pay this off in about 7 months.
Esos son $500 en total al mes, lo cual se pagaría por su totalidad en 7 meses.
We have lots of people driving around without insurance.
Tenemos muchas personas manejando autos que no están asegurados.
Is it any louder?
And they need to see this to know what the consequence could be if they're in an accident when they don't have insurance.
Ellos tienen que ver esto. Si ellos están involucrados en choque y andan manejando y no tienen asegurado el auto.
I'll have the clerk clean this up, but I find after trial that the plaintiff is entitled to $3,267.
Que la demandante tiene derecho a total de $3,267.
And $102.50 in costs.
Más costos de $102.50.
Angel will pay $400 a month, and Maribel will pay $100 per month.
Ángel pagará $400 al mes y Maribel pagará $100 al mes.
Starting April 1st.
Empezando el 1 de abril.
Do either of you have any questions?
¿Cualquiera de ustedes dos tienen alguna pregunta?
No.
No.
All right, Senor Gonzalez Lozada, I'll be seeing you on your other case, but this does resolve this civil case.
Yes, sir.
Señor García Lozada, le veré en el otro caso, pero eso sí, va a resolver el caso civil.
Very good.
Muy bien.
Miss Garcia, if you wait a minute, the clerk will fix up my scratchy handwriting here and I'll give you a clean copy of this order.
Okay.
All
Así
right,
es,
thank you.
un rato, van a darme una orden judicial más limpia. Gracias. Anything else for the interpreter, Your
Just a
Honor?
minute, Kim. Kim? I think I may have given away one of my cases, Bald Eagle Roofing.
Anything else for the interpreter, Your Honor?
No, thank you, Ms. Montero.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you. It's going all right so far. All right, I'll excuse you. All right, why don't you guys have a seat? She'll bring it back in and I'll sign it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we have one contested matter, which I'm gonna, oops, then I gave you the other fat file that I needed. I can't hold on to my cases. Yes. Ms. Manley, why don't you come up to the plaintiff's seat and have a seat right there. This is a return to file number 242020SC. Are you still Amber Manley?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'm going to swear you in once again. You swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give here will be true to the best of your knowledge and belief.
Yes.
All right, we were here, took quite extensive testimony. Let me get the date. We got a lot of notes in here. That was January 6th. And Ms. Manley was very frustrated over a purchase of some lawn furniture from Ashley Furniture. She made a claim for $1,669.17 and was what I would call a dissatisfied customer. Lauren Kloppenstein, the owner of the company, was here and we took some testimony. One of the problems, if we did this a certain way, Ms. Manley would end up with a bunch of mismatched furniture. So I made an attempt to continue this matter until today to see whether the plaintiff could repair the chair she was dissatisfied with so it would match the rest of the furniture. I'm guessing that didn't happen. She's here with some furniture here this morning or this afternoon, and no one is here on behalf of Ashley Furniture. Ms. Manley, what's the status here today?
Your Honor, we did exchange the one piece of furniture that we were in court for, whatever the date was on that. I'm sorry.
January 6th, I believe.
Okay. They ended up replacing it. It was fine. We inspected it. We took it out of the box, made sure everything was the way it should be. When we got back home, we decided to check all of the pieces of furniture and came across another broken piece. So we went through the proper steps of contacting Ashley's customer service. I do have some photos and messages printed out from Ashley customer service that I would like to give to you if that is okay.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to attach this. So he repaired the furniture, was the original source of the claim.
Correct.
And now you've got a new claim that he didn't know anything about.
Correct. So I asked to speak with a manager yesterday or Saturday, I'm sorry. They, on two different attempts from the delivery warehouse attendant, I guess, they would not come to our area to take a look at this additional piece of furniture.
What am I seeing there?
So we had some furniture that was broken. We took it in for repair. They
Well, what is it?
It's the actual love seat of the sectional.
Or it's the base of it?
Correct.
All right.
So we are still under our 1-year warranty with the furniture. So we decided, hopefully we can get this matter resolved before we come back to this appointment today. So we tried to do that. They contacted us and told us that we needed to pay them an additional $150 for repairs. It needed to go to an additional service center. It was out of their realm of expertise in order to fix it. It was shipped off somewhere else. It was sent back to the Ashley location, now broken in other locations, and now the wickering is burnt because they tried to repair it, but didn't try to repair it properly, I guess.
All right,
So
well, so we have a completely different piece of
we
furniture
do.
and a completely different claim. He isn't here. He may not be here because he may have thought he remedied the problem with the original chair. Well, how much are you asking for the second piece of furniture?
They wanted $150 for repairs on this chair.
So, but how much did you pay for it?
I don't know. He had to break it down
Well,
last
how much
time.
are you asking me for this piece of furniture?
I guess I'm still asking for my $1,699 because without this piece of furniture, I still can't complete my set. I tried to take it in for repair for the 1-year warranty. That didn't work. They wanted more money and then damaged it further. So I'm kind of still at a loss for what I'm supposed to do. They wanted me to go to the upfront and walk this piece of furniture in the front door
All
and
right.
demand.
Well, the point of
That might be asking too much.
effect is you filed a claim for $1,669.
Correct.
I tried to figure something out that would get you what you wanted, which is a matching set of furniture that wasn't broken. Apparently the chair got fixed and now you found something else that was broken that you didn't bring in the original claim.
Fuck me. Shit. Am I still muted or no? Better? Oh, thank God. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Maddie. Wait, what? Okay. Whew. Thank you, Jan. God damn it.
Nonetheless, this matter was set for today at 3 o'clock. He was told the matter was set for today at 3 o'clock. He got a notice for the case today at 3 o'clock and he isn't here. Let's make sure there's nobody in here. He was here. He represented himself pretty well. None of this was a very good advertisement for Ashley Furniture. But he's failed to appear. So he's subject to default on the original claim. Whether justified or not, he isn't here to argue about it. When you're sued in civil court and you don't show up, you automatically lose. That's called a default judgment.
Suffer Ashley
So I'm going to issue the
Furniture.
default as requested. The amount of $1,669.17, 62.25. Now this seems unfair because you got most of the furniture, all of it. You're not satisfied with it, but you got it, which is why I tried to see if we could get to here. But he.
You know what was funny is when I bought my condo, I bought like this really nice, like $1,800 bedroom set, like bed, dresser, 2 nightstands, and like there's a mirror attached to the dresser. And everything was great except this massive dresser that weighs like 200-300 pounds, except it was dropped. So I get it inside and I see like it's all like shifted just a little bit. It's enough to use. It was it was something I was planning on having for the rest of my life. So kind of wanted a nice one. It's like the only thing I splurged on. But I contacted Amazon and they like replace the dresser and gave me a credit for like $1,000. So I just ended up fixing the dresser myself. It wasn't, no, it was Amazon. So I just made the furniture work. And now my cats use it actually. Babu loves to open up the drawers. Really, really heavy, dirty, or sturdy drawers. There's claw marks all over it. Junior loves to go inside the drawers to hide. So I spent a lot of money, and the dresser is empty because my cats like to go inside it. But hey, it works.
He knew the hearing was today, and he didn't come. They're not gonna be very happy about this. To some extent, I don't blame them. All of a sudden, out of the blue, after you file an original claim, you find another problem. There's a theory under the law that you should join all your claims in the original claim rather than do Chinese water torture and drop, drip, drip, drip on their head. That you should have known about this defect at the time you brought the previous action, and you didn't. So if he were here, I probably wouldn't even hear the new claim. I just figure out what happened with the old claim. But he isn't here, and they're not going to make you happy or satisfied, and he's going to be mad because you got the furniture. Plus, he has to give you all your money back, which seems patently unfair. You bring a claim, we discuss it at considerable length. We took an hour or more's worth of testimony. He does what I ordered him to do, is to repair the original chair and returns it. Then today, you show up out of the blue with a completely different claim that he doesn't know anything about. But he doesn't show up. So he's subject to the classic default.
Suffer,
I don't have to like it.
Ashley.
So you get all your money back and you get to keep all the furniture, including the part he just repaired. I don't expect they'll like that very much.
Well, tough nipples.
This might not be the last we heard of this. He has 21 days to move to set this default aside. But he isn't here.
Do you have to
So
tell
you go
him?
out to the counter. I've ordered that he is liable for $1,735.42.
Thank you,
All
Your Honor.
right. Did you ever talk to him after the chair was repaired?
No,
All right. You can go get the judgment. I expect he may file something once this hits, but for now, I'm entering a judgment on your behalf by default.
can I ask a question?
Yes.
I guess I'm unsure of like what would happen in 21 days.
All right, he has 21, that's a good question. He has 21 days to pay the claim.
Mhm.
If he does not, you can come back here and file what's called a discovery subpoena, which compels them to come to the courthouse and provide information on his ability to pay on the debt, like bank account numbers, social security numbers. They'll pay the debt before they give you their bank account numbers, but the law would require it. So if he does not pay within 21 days or file any other motion, come back to the court and ask for what's called a discovery subpoena. Okay?
Okay.
Send you both out to the counter. Ms. Garcia, you go on out to the counter and we'll give you a copy of this clean copy of the order. All right. Ricardo, I'm glad you weren't hurt worse than this. You're not done. You're probably going to get an opportunity to testify in a criminal case at some point, but that resolved the civil case.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right, thank you. All right, you're good to go.
Thank you.
Spring is coming. You got a couple of lobby chairs. All right, Michelle Meyer is here by telephone only, which is not ideal, but we have the complainant from Bald Eagle Roofing and Exteriors. Would you come have a seat right up here, please?
What the hell? Let's do one more.
Somehow I deleted a miss this case. I gotta start over again, find it. All right, our next matter is entitled Bald Eagle Roofing and Exteriors LLC versus Michelle Meyer. Ms. Meyer, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, and you're here on behalf of Bald Eagle Roofing?
Yes, sir.
All right, would you state your name, please?
Bruce Wiederman.
What's your position there?
I would be a sales manager, I think.
All right, I'm gonna ask you to both raise your right hand, Ms. Meyer, wherever you are. You swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true to the best of your knowledge and belief?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. This is a home construction claim. We get them both ways, where the homeowner sues the contractor for either non-completion of the work or other problems, and we get them when the contractor sues the defendant. In this case, Mr. Wiederman has sued for the statutory maximum in small claims court, which is $7,000. In your invoice, you contend that you repaired the damaged tarp area 3 times, $889. Is that correct?
What?
Are you talking to him or me?
What'd you do? God damn it, Judge. Boomer. Boomer. How unprofessional. Can't believe it. How can he be
Hello?
having mic issues?
And Ms. Meyer, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here. There was a little freeze up there.
Yeah, that
for
was
some
me.
reason.
I get a glitch. After 8 hours, it boots me out. But- So, all right, I was going through his claim. And then install new roof and the materials, $6,110.06. Is that correct?
Yes.
And
Yes.
then haul debris, $158.12.
Yes.
Due from insurance
That's
funds,
correct.
$6,409. Deductible from owner, $1,000. So the total
Correct.
was $7,404.69. Is that correct, Mr. Wiederman?
I've got no slight difference. It was 7,249 due from insurance.
Well, I'm looking at your invoice.
I must have, yeah,
It's in red.
yes.
This invoice is dated 12/17 of 24. So that's the one we're operating from.
Okay,
So the insurance was gonna pay, the total was 7404, is that correct?
7404 is what I got on that invoice.
And 1,000 was to be from the defendant because of her deductible.
Correct.
And the balance was to be from her insurance company.
Yes.
Well, what happened? You didn't get paid.
There it gets complicated.
Oh, boy.
You're asking me or asking?
Yeah, you're the plaintiff. What
Okay.
happened?
The insurance company wrote checks to Michelle with the mortgage company on them. The checks were held for too long and then they had to be reissued after so many months. Finally, the checks were all issued, and that's where the amounts changed a little bit because there was another different check from the insurance, or 3 checks from the
All
insurance, but it won't make a difference in this. The mortgage company, she had to send it in because the mortgage company was on the checks. So she sent the checks into the mortgage company to be signed off on. And then usually they would sign off, Michelle would sign off, and I would get the checks and I'm paid. Instead, there was a default on the mortgage. That's where it gets complicated. They took the home back, and they actually, on May 9th, I believe it was, they took the property back from her and they sold the property to another mortgage company. So it took out of Michelle's name into the new mortgage company's name. Then after that, Michelle sent the checks in to the mortgage company and they never returned them back to her. So that's where we stand. I tried to get the banks to send them the checks to me. They wouldn't talk to me. They've been very difficult to work with. Michelle, I don't want to be harsh to you, Michelle, but didn't communicate with me until I said we were going to go to court.
Damn it, Michelle.
And so I need Michelle's help still to work with the bank, the mortgage company, to maybe able to get these checks released still.
Did Michelle ever pay her $1,000 deductible?
No.
Oh, Michelle.
No. Bruce and I had a three-way call on the phone with Carrington, the bank holding the check. We had a three-way conversation.
Ooh, my.
All right. Well, maybe having a judgment against you will convince the bank they need to release the check. But you hired him to do this job. He did the job.
Right.
You didn't pay him, and your insurance company didn't pay him. So his contract was with you, not the insurance company. So I'm going to sign
It's a
this
polycule
showing that you owe him $7,000, which you can both share with the insurance company to say, I have a money judgment against her. You could also sue your insurance company, but let's see if this judgment will shake the checks loose.
Okay. The reason I had trouble paying him the deductible was because I was out on medical leave for 7 months. So I wasn't bringing in as much money as I should have been. And I do apologize for that.
Was this April?
And then you lost a house, so some new people you don't even know have a brand new roof.
Right. And they did a fantastic job on the roof, too.
Oh, that's very nice of them. Well, this is high
Well,
praise.
there's an advertisement for Bald Eagle Roofing and Exteriors as opposed to the bad advertising we got for our last event.
There you go.
All right. But nonetheless, the claim
They
has
were
not been
fast
paid.
and they did a good job.
All right.
Jeez, Judge.
So you acknowledge the debt hasn't been paid. It got complicated when it went from one company to another company. But now you're going to be able to show them that you have a money judgment. I'm going to get the copy certified.
Okay.
I find that you owe $7,000 plus court costs of $86.25 and $57.50 for a total of $7,143.75. His claim is actually more than $7,000, but the most he can sue for in small claims court is $7,000. He's willing to eat the difference to do this without an attorney, but that's a big hit for a small company. So he's going to go down to the counter.
Yeah.
I'm going to have the clerk certify them. We'll send you one. Maybe between the two of you and this judgment showing that the money is owed can get somebody to release a check from the bank.
So you said you're going to mail me a copy?
Yes. Why was the check held
I don't
so
know what
long?
address you have.
I have South Nottawa Road, Sturgis.
I just moved in the last 2 weeks. I moved across town because I'd lost my home. The officer that delivered me my court papers, I gave him my new address and he wrote it down. So I'm not sure if you have that on file.
Well, let's take a look. That'd be Sergeant Morse, who does an excellent job of serving process. So let's see what I got.
Yes, and I made sure that he had my new address.
Very cheap.
Moving to Stoughton Estates. Apartment,
Yes.
I can't read it. What's the apartment number?
E11.
B11?
E11. E is in Eddie.
All right. That's 245 Memorial Drive.
Correct.
All right. All right. $7,000 plus cost, 714375. Defendant's new address.
So what happens if the bank doesn't budge?
Then you owe $7,143.75, and you can sue the bank.
Suffer.
You made the deal and he did the work and you didn't pay it. But hopefully, the insurance company paid this, and somebody's got a windfall if they took your insurance money and paid on your mortgage and then sold the house. It seems very unfair. But yes, if the bank doesn't pay, this is in your name. So I want you to go out to the counter. Can you certify her copy and his copy? They're going to be dealing with a bank, and maybe they can convince them with the certified judgment that they need to release the insurance check that was intended to pay for this work. Now, even so, well, as long as he gets $7,000, he's made whole. If the bank only releases $6,400, you're going to owe the difference between what is released from that check and what $7,000 is. You owe more than that, but all he could sue for was $7,000.
That's nice.
All right, Mr. Wiedemann, you go out to the counter and get a copy of that. You're good to go.
Thank you, sir.
Ms. Meyer, do you have any other questions?
I do not.
All right, you guys need to work together to A, get your debt paid, and B, get your money. So best of luck to both of you. Thank you. All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
You got to watch some other small claims cases, so that was maybe more education than you wanted.
That was interesting. Hey, I just want to tell you, thank you very much. I need her help to work with the bank. The bank seems to be really, you go to talk to a department and they switch you around to 3 different departments and play this game.
Well, now they've got a certified money judgment that shows this debt is owed. Maybe that'll help.
I don't think I'm ever gonna get it the other way, but I have a chance.
All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna stop our live feed tomorrow.
Oh, what a nice guy. See, that's what you need to do. You need to work with the company and just try to find some middle ground. Maddie, remind me tomorrow morning. I will log into the site and get you some more. All right, I'm going to end now. It's been a lot of fun. So yeah, Monday, Lori Vallow trial starts. I'm really hoping to get in for opening statements. It's gonna be crowded, so hoping to get there early. I'm not sure what my plan is completely yet, but I'm toying with the idea of streaming the trial because it starts local, like 1:30 Eastern. So it's like 10:30 my time. I get out of work at I get home around 12:30. So in theory, I can get home and with breaks and everything, catch up pretty well. I want Lori to wink at Dolly so badly. I know. I got a smile from Michael Turney when I went, and that was just epic. Apparently, if you sit right behind the defendant's table, that means you support them. And I didn't know that. So he thought I was on his side. Turned out I was at the end. Are you bringing your spy camera to the trial? They're probably going to be pretty no nonsense there, but we shall see. I'm going to try to tweet during it. Because you remember how professional my courtroom reporting is. Hopefully it'll have improved. Yell free Jensen at the end of the day. Oh, God. No, I don't want to be in contempt. Bat my eye. I am curious if she looks at me I'm really interested to see, because it's mostly a male jury. It's 9 men, 3 women. So I'm really curious to see how she tries to flirt with them and use her feminine wiles. If it's like the last trial I went to, there's signs everywhere saying don't talk to the in custody defendants, which, you know, the court's just cock blocking you at that point. But yeah, they're really close to you, at least in the courtrooms I'm at, been to. I'm sure she will be trying to. She seemed pretty pleased with the jury she got, so she's a femme fatale. Well, just don't try to get her committed. Yes, I've watched Andrea and trying to get to the heart of the matter, like, you know, defense attorney equals cutie. Give us a scent report. I'm not going to have a... Jan, I'm not going to... Jesus. I'll try. All right, guys, I'm going to end now. Crap, I forgot to see if anyone else was going. One sec, guys. Yeah, okay. No, I'm going to wear a suit, or at least a dress shirt. It'll be tucked in. I'm going to look fancy. All right, guys. Thanks so much for being here. And I will see you guys next time. Godspeed.